Okay, we're back after a week's vacation.
Yes, sir.
Memo Podcast, episode 12. Of course, before we get started, let's cheers.
Cheers to 12, boys.
Yeah, 12 episodes in. Like I said, I was on vacation last week. I was in Austin. Jose, you didn't get to go with me, but that's why I didn't upload. But honestly, I did.
The real ones know why.
I did try and upload an episode. It just for all the wrong reasons, it just wasn't able to happen.
Y'all weren't in the right environment for the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. And then, of course,
you got to be in the studio for the podcast. You can't go out of town for the podcast. And I wasn't there.
Yeah, it's not a podcast if Jose is not there. It didn't feel right. But yeah, I was in Austin.
How was it, dude?
It was cool. I mean,
it was the funniest thing you did there.
Funnest thing I did there. I mean,
I'm sure you'll bring this up whenever you get the friends that you went with you, and you'll be able to talk about it in depth. But wait, just off the bat, what was the funniest thing you did?
I mean, 6th Street was cool. I mean, I went to it wasn't like a rave or anything, but it was like a bar that played like EDM and type music. It was pretty cool because it was like
that's white people stuff.
There was like half naked chicks there. That was cool. 6th Street was cool too, but man, I like 7th. I think 7th is way better than 6th Street, in my personal opinion.
Of course, Fort Worth, all the way Fort Worth is better than any other city.
I mean, the scenery's cool. Like the people are cool. Like we were riding around scooters and shit because it's all like it's all like environmental there and stuff. So like, I mean, it was a cool experience. I'm definitely. But the thing is like there's so much stuff to do there, and it wasn't enough in the days we went. So I definitely want to go and try and go stay for a week. But yeah,
maybe I'll be able to go next time.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Let's go ahead and get started, man. We're just gonna talk about whatever. I did have a guest plan this week, but again, for whatever reason, one way or another, something has to come up. So that guest will be pushed back to a later episode. So me and Jose are just gonna we're just gonna talk today. Talk our news.
May 30th, 2019, Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
Yeah, we're recording it on May 30th.
Toronto Raptors versus Golden State Warriors. It's the first time in the history of the NBA that the finals have been hosted outside of the USA.
Which is crazy to think about. That's like something I never thought. Like obviously I thought
we only have one right now. We only have one NBA team that is outside of the USA, and it is
I just thought that
Toronto.
I just didn't think that it's like. I figured that it would have happened by now.
The games are played. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I figured it would have happened.
Because it's not like in the Super Bowl where these two teams are playing in Florida just this year. It's they play in their home courts back and forth. So the Raptors have just never made it to the finals until the claw came around. Kawhi Leonard. Shout out Kawhi, my boy. I'm not the biggest fan of the Spurs, but, I give him his credit because it's Kawhi Leonard. And, they actually took the win in the first ever game hosted in Canada.
As we're recording this, they're up 1.
Yeah, 118 to 109. They looked fucking amazing tonight. I watched it. Memo kind of just sat there on his phone, pretending like he knows what's going on. Mm-hmm. I think he was more focused on the whole Drake thing. Dude, Drake is like the biggest thing. Like it's like he's the only thing they report on.
It's because it's Drake, man.
It's so annoying. They
were even reporting on. I saw like on Twitter they were reporting like what he was wearing too.
So the NBA spoke with the Raptors about Drake's courtside behavior.
Uh-huh.
And because he was doing way too much, like, especially with the series with the Bucks and everything. Mm-hmm. He just gets so involved with the game. He acts like a coach out there. He's like basically walking onto the floor. You know what I'm saying? And now Twitter is freaking out. Or basically all social media. They're laughing at him. So they told him, no more shenanigans. Mm-hmm. And he pulls up wearing Dale Curry's autographed Raptors jerseys, number 30, which Dale Curry is a former NBA player, Steph and Seth Curry's dad. I just thought it was hilarious how they told him no more shenanigans, which this isn't even like anything big, but Twitter's taking it like they're saying like, oh my god, they're freaking out.
Drake is a troll though. I feel like Drake
you know?
is a troll. He definitely be doing things to troll people. But
I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I thought it was funny. I don't like Drake, but I thought it was funny.
What are we calling it? Who's winning and what game? That's what we're. Let's go ahead and get it out of the way.
I thought it was gonna be Bucks versus Warriors in the finals, and I really wanted Bucks to win in 7. Obviously, we got shut down by the Claw, by the Raptors. I hate Canada with a passion.
Yeah,
There's a lot of fucking.
Wait, I gotta say, during the national anthem, they played the Canada national anthem and the United States national anthem. Jose literally turned the volume down.
I muted it, and then Memo had to be freaking annoying and turn it all the way back up. So I'm sitting there plugging my fucking ears in with my fucking fingers. I'm like, I do not want to listen to this song. But we already heard the real national anthem.
But it's weird because you hate Canada, but you actually want them to win, don't you?
I was cheering for them because I have a hatred towards the Warriors. And not specifically, like, you know, the people that play on it and everything. It's just the fan base, basically. And, you know, they just, oh my God, I'm tired of seeing them in the finals. I'm tired of seeing them winning.
Yeah.
But I'm going back and forth. I can't decide because, again, I hate Canada. But I want to say either... First I said Raptors in 7, and then I said, nah, maybe Warriors in 6. So those are my...
So you're indecisive right now?
Yes. But those are my two thoughts right now.
I'm saying Raptors are going to win, and then after that, Drake is going to put out the most fire album of all time.
That's why I'm kind of hoping...
that they don't win?
Yeah, because then it's going to be like the Summer Jam, and I'm going to be like forced to hear it around, which I don't fucking want to. But, yeah, that's basically it on
that. Yeah, we'll
on the NBA Finals. It's only the first game.
Yeah,
so
we'll cover it on another episode. See how the game's going. But let's go ahead and move on to. We covered it on the last episode about Kodak being locked up. So
yes, I don't know what it is with rappers nowadays, dude. Everyone is getting in trouble.
But he got denied bail.
Well, his release from jail was halted by the judge, who cites that he's a danger to the community.
Yeah, he's a danger to the community. I wonder why.
What are you talking about? Federal prosecutors in Miami have successfully appealed a judge's decision to release rapper Kodak Black on bond after his arrest with weapons charges. In a hearing Wednesday in the United States District Court, Judge Federico Moreno said that the 21-year-old rapper was a danger to the community based on the lengthy criminal record and should be detained until trial. Black was arrested earlier this month during a Miami area hip-hop festival marred by gun violence outside the venue linked to another show participants. Prosecutors said Black falsified information on federal forms to purchase 3 firearms. He pleaded not guilty, and a judge previously granted him release on a $550,000 bond. Black also faces charges, drug, weapons, and sexual assault charges in other states.
So this is what he was locked up for.
The rapper will likely stand trial for the Miami charges this summer.
So this is what he was locked up for. On the last episode we talked about, he got arrested during Rolling Loud weekend. Mm-hmm. And all of it is just coming back to bite him in the ass, pretty much.
Free Kodak Black! Oh my God, leave my man alone!
He'll be gone. They were saying.
Let these gangsters live.
He's facing like 10 years, so we'll see what happens on that. Another rapper that got arrested this week, or he turned himself in, right?
Lil Durk turned himself into Atlanta police today, May 30th. They claimed that he tried to shoot and kill someone, but the person survived. They charged him with attempted murder.
So what do you think about him turning himself in?
I mean, he did what he had to do. They're coming after him anyway.
I feel like we kind of talked about it a little bit when the whole YMW Melly was happening. But do you think them turning themselves in makes them look guilty?
No, it probably helps them out in the long run. Probably, instead of running away. But again, we don't know the stories to each side, especially this one. All we heard is, all we have so far is he turned himself in. there's not a story out. So, you know, it could have been attempted murder. It could have been, you know, they could fight for self-defense. Anything could happen at this point.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have you know,
it's too early to tell.
We don't have the details of the story yet. So all I'm screaming is free Dirk from here on out until we get the details and we sort this out. But I'd hate to see Boy do a long run, and you know, just prayers up for him, and I think he'll be okay, hopefully.
So, but he's not the only rapper this week that got in some trouble. I would say another rapper that got in trouble this week was DaBaby. Or was he really even in trouble?
No, he didn't get in trouble. Cam Coldheart got in trouble. That's who got in trouble. People should know by now not to test Baby Gangster. Don't test this man's gangster. I mean, he has proved himself over and over again that he is about what he says he's about. Mm-hmm. He's not no gangbanger or nothing, but he's a street guy. And, I mean, the more people test... I mean, I'm sure there'll be someone eventually that's bigger and badder and that can. But, I mean, so far he's taken nothing but W's. Mm-hmm. You know, like... So
set it up for the people that don't know what we're talking about. DaBaby getting in...
The previous or what just happened a couple...
Well, just set it off. Pretend I don't know anything what's going on. The listener doesn't know anything about DaBaby.
Okay, so Cam Coldheart is another rapper from North Carolina, Charlotte. I did my research and I went back and watched his Instagram videos and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't go all the way back because I don't care that much about the man. But as far as I went back, since January, he's been posting on Instagram little rants about DaBaby and saying, oh, once I see you, it's on site, blah, 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 like calling him fake, saying he's not from Charlotte, you know, get out of my city, you don't represent the city, stop acting, stop acting about shit that you ain't, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. And just over and over for months. Since January is the farthest I went back. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, all right, I don't care that much. Mm-hmm. I'm sure, since DaBaby been popping, he's been talking shit, though.
Is there a reason, though? Like, he just talks shit because he's a troll? Or they have a history and that's why he's talking shit?
Well, from the farthest I went back, I just seen him basically claiming that DaBaby is not from Charlotte. He needs to stop repping his town. When he sees him, he's going to beat him up. And that, he's going to run the fade. And basically stop disrespecting, him and his city. Cause apparently DaBaby is not from Charlotte, which he has been claiming.
Why do people care so much? Like, that's one thing. When they're like, obviously, like, yeah, like
that's like Soulja Boy saying he's Treetop Pyru. You know what I'm saying? You claim it's from a place, a city, a set that you're not from.
Okay, but what if he moved there? Like, for example, I'll give you a perfect example.
It's like Gucci Mane moving to Atlanta when he was like 9 years old.
I'll give you a perfect example. Tupac Shakur, born in Buffalo, New York. Moved to California when he was really young. I forgot what age. But he repped California.
Exactly.
What does it matter, though? Like, he probably
moved.
That's what I'm saying. And he probably moved.
I don't know where DaBaby grew up. But I know he represents Charlotte, North Carolina. He's doing a damn good job. And he's putting people on from Charlotte.
Yeah, so there's no reason why he
shouldn't be hating on the guy. He should be on his team.
He's probably just mad because DaBaby's not putting him on.
He should be waiting his turn.
Yeah, DaBaby's not putting him on, so he's like, fuck him.
It could have happened eventually. Just pay the man 20 racks, get him on a song. Pay him 10 racks, get him on a song. Then he might blow up. Yeah. Like, what? People are going to hate mostly where you're from. Yeah. The people closest to you, are going to hate you the most. Because they see you doing big things in the same city you're from. Yeah. And they wish they were you. And they're like, damn, that could have been me. But people just need to wait their turn. And he was just talking big smoke, saying when he sees him, it's on sight. And they ran into each other. And a Louis V outlet store in a mall in Charlotte, in North Carolina. And basically, from the videos, it shows Cam Coldheart basically saying, oh, look at this nigga Baby, he's a bitch, blah, blah, blah. You can see DaBaby, he's like purchasing his stuff, he's minding his business, and I guess he starts getting tired of him talking shit. Mm-hmm. He starts taking everything out of his pockets, handing it to his friend, and then from the clips that we've seen, which everyone has seen, it flips over back to DaBaby now is recording on his phone.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, he hopped on live or Instagram or whatever, and was just like, hey, just get your shit and get out of here. What are you doing? You better stop talking shit. The guy, keeps talking shit. Then he pulls his phone out like they're both trying to record while fighting, basically. But
that's so stupid.
One guy could not handle the job, but apparently, the guy is trying to claim that he got jumped, and that his buddy that was with DaBaby or security guard or whoever it was, they both jumped in. Which is possible, but who cares? The man, if it's a security guard, his job is to protect.
There's no video evidence.
There's no
actual video
so right
evidence.
Now he just needs to hold his L. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gained like 50,000 followers in one day because of the incident.
Watch him try to sue.
So just take that.
You think he'll sue? I feel like
he threw first punch.
Oh, he did? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, you can see it in the video. He threw first punch. Just take those 50,000 followers that you got and try to do something with it. But
I don't know how he's gonna recover.
No one's gonna forget.
I don't know how he's gonna recover because this dude got literally knocked out, and in the video you see this dude has his pants around his ankles.
DaBaby put a diaper on him, bro.
Yeah, he had his pants around his ankles.
At the end of the video, he said, "I'm the truth, Dolo." He's like, bro, he's laid out on the floor, and that's why. His pants were on the floor.
Yeah, they were around his ankles in the video.
He's wearing in his whitey tighties.
They weren't whitey tighties, were they really?
They were white draws, whatever. He fucked up.
And he had like a bloody nose and shit.
I'm surprised there weren't poop stains on the back. The boy was ugly. But yeah, nobody knew Cam Coldheart. I think he had like maybe 9,000. I want to say I heard somewhere he had like 19,000. It was a number with a 9 in it.
Mm-hmm.
Followers before the incident. He gained 50 followers the first day that it all happened.
Do you think that more will come from this, or do you think he'll just kind of fade out?
No, he's going to be talking about this shit till next year. He's going to be on the... literally going to be 2021. He's still going to be
no one cares about this guy. I don't even know who this guy is.
Nobody does. Literally, nobody. The only thing you're going to think about when this guy's name comes up, you're going to be like, oh, the guy with the fucking jean shorts around his ankles. That's all you're going to say.
Yeah, we'll probably...
But no, Baby takes another W on this one. And he is yet to take an L.
Dude, before we move on to the next topic, I just want to say DaBaby's so petty. Because he's really he's selling merchandise, t-shirts, of him on his phone.
Like I said.
And the dude in his drawers, like, on the floor.
Like I said, dude, DaBaby is about his lyrics. And he put it on a lyric. He's like, you play with me, you're going to end up on a t-shirt.
And he really is selling a t-shirt.
Obviously, we all know what that really means.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny because this is...
He's like legit putting on a t-shirt.
He put his ass like cartoon style with the poop on his drawers. And he's like, has a ripped up shirt with the belt around him and shit. And the lady in the back is like, hey, come get your belt. And... pants around the ankles. It's hilarious.
DaBaby definitely profited off of this moment.
Oh, he's going to. Sure. The other guy thinks he profited off of it. No, it's going to make DaBaby's name even bigger.
Yeah.
It's going to be like the Walmart stunt. It's going to make his album sales are just going to go a little higher because now people that don't know DaBaby see this funny ass video and they're like, damn, this is a gangsta ass
DaBaby's an
up and coming. Look him up.
He's an up and coming artist. You would say he's probably.
I've been talking about DaBaby.
He's an up and coming artist. You could argue he's probably one of the hottest artists.
Out right now.
Right now.
His song "Suge" is going crazy. He made like I think it was last week. He made like 83,000 or something like that off that song alone.
Yeah,
which isn't that much, but for an up and coming artist like DaBaby, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah. So,
I think it was 83. It might have been 830. There's no way.
This podcast is not about numbers, okay? We're definitely going to fuck up the numbers.
We'll talk about numbers in a second.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. It was not really, like, music-wise, but it doesn't involve a rap artist. Iggy Azalea,
barely a rapper.
Yeah, right. Quote, unquote, rapper.
Oh, but we all finally got to see what we all wanted to see.
I was going to say, her nudes leaked. What do you think about that?
Iggy,
because look, okay,
God.
Isn't it weird that Iggy Azalea is no longer relevant and then all of a sudden her nudes leak? Like, I think that's what they do sometimes.
She's Playboy Cardi's girlfriend, everybody knows. And yeah, she still does her little music and shit, which she's progressed and gotten better. But I wouldn't say she's relevant, but she's more like a model now. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I still follow her on Instagram. I've been following her on Instagram, and she was never like out of the picture. Mm-hmm. But I still saw her everywhere.
Okay, so what do you think of nudes leaking? Because
I just saw
there's nothing wrong. I think there's nothing wrong with nudes getting leaked, because it's not. I mean, it's embarrassing for the whole world to see, but at the same time,
they weren't meant to be leaked. Is what I think the problem was, and she took it to heart. I think she deleted her Instagram and everything about it.
She's suing whoever posted them, right?
Yeah,
but
I don't know. I don't know much about the whole situation. What happened? I just know the nudes were fire, and the titties looked exactly how I pictured them to look.
Oh my god!
And Playboy Cardi is a very, very lucky man. Now I'm just waiting on Kylie Jenner's, and I'll die happy.
But no, I'm just saying, like, I don't think there's anything really wrong with nudes getting leaked. Obviously, it's an embarrassing thing, but it's like it's boobs. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a big deal. Obviously,
it's the body. But if your nudes got leaked,
I would be terrified.
To the people that watch this podcast, yeah, you would be freaking the fuck out.
I'd be like, who put it on there?
She is 100,000 times more popular than you, Memo. So there's 100,000 people times more that know her that are gonna see these things. You know, I'll blast it all over.
But all I'm saying
I can see why she would take it.
The woman body.
Have you seen the pictures?
Yes, I have.
Pull them up?
No, I have seen them. I'm just saying.
I think I saved them to my phone.
The woman body is beautiful. Okay, just embrace it. Free the nip. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. I see.
Yeah, it wasn't like pussy shots or anything.
Yeah, it was like a photo shoot of her.
But I'm sure she looked pretty uncomfortable in the photo shoot. It didn't look like she really like wanted to, or it probably wasn't the right time. Maybe she had a special.
I think you're right. I don't think it has anything to do with her nudes getting leaked. Really, it's more the fact that they weren't supposed to be leaked. Like, she's more upset that they did get leaked instead of like her actual being nude. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because in hip hop, in music in general, sex sells. So it's not a big deal. Like, she's over here twerking.
But she does have.
You know what I'm saying?
I think she has an album on the way.
See, this one. Okay, so see, come on.
So I stopped you earlier, but I do see.
You can kind of see what I'm saying, though. Like, she's not really relevant. Nudes come out, albums on the way, type thing. Like, I definitely see that.
And I don't know though. I don't know much about the issue.
Yeah, I just knew she was wanting to sue.
Yeah, another story that I don't know much about the issue. The story came out today, and I want to know if you know about it, Memo. So it says breaking. R. Kelly has been charged with 11 new counts. 11. Listen, 11 new counts of sexual assault and sex abuse related charges per court records. These Class X sex assault charges are far more serious than the other pending cases he faces. That's the most serious class of felony in Illinois. Short of murder, 6 to 30 years mandatory.
Jesus.
Kelly is due back in court a week from today, May 30th, to face these new charges.
Damn. What's crazy is, I mean, it's kind of weird because R. Kelly is kind of like a little bit of the reason we started the podcast.
He was on the first episode?
Yeah, he was on the first episode, and he's still doing this shit. It was
like 13 weeks later.
He's still on it. That's what started it. I was like, dude, there's a lot of shit going on with R. Kelly and stuff. I was like, we should start a podcast. So he was on the very first episode. So now, 12, 13 weeks later, whatever it is, and he's facing even more charges. And you said these are even worse because they're like murder charge, pretty much, right, in Illinois?
No, they're second to murder.
They're
very, very serious charges is what they're saying in Illinois.
I mean, R. Kelly's done. I don't know why he hasn't gone to jail already. Like, he should have already been to jail when he peed on that girl, like, back in whatever year it was.
And I think in the first one, I was like, free R. Kelly. I'm always screaming free the people that shouldn't be freed. But maybe after, hearing this shit, maybe the man should go away for a little bit of time.
Now, after weeks,
maybe he should go away.
Now, after weeks of this, now with new charges, now I'm going to ask you again.
Maybe he should go away.
Now I'm going to ask you again. Can you listen to Ignition?
Of course.
You still listen to Ignition?
I listened to it yesterday.
Dirty bastard.
What's today?
The 30th. You've said it like 4 times.
Thursday?
Yeah.
I listened to it on Tuesday.
Oh my god.
Swear to God, I put that on Grandma's Kids. I listened to that song on Thursday with Sebastian and Leslie in the car. You could ask them as witnesses.
God.
I still listen to that song. That was before the news came out, but I guarantee you I would play it after this podcast. I promise you. Okay, so another news. This one's random, but it's gonna lead into what we're gonna talk about.
A little segue. Yeah, it's
okay. So Lil Nas X, Old Town Road made 355,000 last week off streams and sales. That's just last week. This song's been out for about almost a year now.
No, it is not a year, really.
Yeah, since I don't know, maybe not a year, maybe a good 6 months.
Yeah,
or so.
I was gonna say maybe that.
At least 6-8 months. But it just recently blew up when they kicked him off the country charts. The next nearest earning song was Tyler the Creator Earthquake, which made 181,000 off streams and sales.
It just befuddles me that fucking Old Town Road is still played over and over.
It's probably still again. It's still number 1.
That's crazy to me. Like that's like some Illuminati type shit. But you saw that
video of all those little ass kids.
Yeah.
Okay, now if you think about it, the kids are basically a majority.
Yeah,
it's just like Fortnite still being number 1 after it's been played out and it's trash now. Mm-hmm. But little kids are still playing it, and there's so many of them. So think about all the little kids that are listening to that song on YouTube and shit, or on Spotify. You know, they're obsessed with it. They want to play it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
That's what's keeping these sales up.
Lil Nas is for the kids, man.
I mean, I haven't heard Earthquake not once. I haven't heard Tyler the Creator's album. I've heard Playboy Cardi's part. Mm-hmm. He's in that song, right?
Right.
So yeah, I'm thinking of the right one. I only listened to it. I skipped it to hear Playboy Cardi or whatever. But yeah.
I just think it's crazy.
Everyone's heard Lil Nas X.
I just think it's crazy that song is still at number 1.
And it made it even bigger after Billy Ray Cyrus jumped on it.
Can we just talk about it real quick before we move on?
I'm just glad the little kid is in his bag, especially because he's going to be a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, no, Lil Nas X is definitely going to be a one-hit wonder.
What sucks is all the profit that the record label is making off the song.
He probably definitely signed to a 360 deal, which, if you guys don't know, aren't really hip into behind the scenes when it comes to music. A 360 deal is pretty much anything you get. The label behind you gets a majority of the profits. You know what I'm saying? Your sales, your clothes, any money coming your way, the label gets a big chunk out of that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's better to be independent nowadays, because rappers
people need to take lessons from Young Dolph. Come on.
But I mean, yeah, I think you're right. A lot of the music, a lot of the streams are coming from little kids. And before we move on, I just want to say, I think it's fucking crazy, and it pisses me off a little bit that all these little kids are having little mini concerts with Old Town Road, and our school didn't get any of that kind of stuff, man. I'm fucking mad.
We grew up in Texas. We had actual rodeos. I remember they had clowns and shit, and little games with hula hoops and shit.
For school, right?
Yes, when we were little fourth graders, just like those little kids.
Yeah, and they got Lil Nas X coming and performing for them during their little assemblies, dude. That pisses me off.
See, I would have started a mosh pit.
That's what they do. That's what they bring. Dude, those kids are turning up in those videos.
They were wild, and that just shows you. And that was one school.
Yeah, I think you're right when it comes to the streams.
Yes.
How long do you think Lil Nas X will be relevant for? How long do you think it will be before someone knocks him off the charts?
That's a good ass question. Maybe the next Summer Jam Young Thug puts out.
Or the next Drake song. Okay, real quick. Since we're on the topic of new music, can we just talk about how Young Thug, J. Cole, and Travis Scott put a song out together, and
Fire.
No one cared. No one cared. I swear.
Yeah, I don't want to lie to you. I am the biggest Young Thug fan.
And no one...
I think I heard it once and don't remember it.
If you like that song, you're fucking lying. No one,
I gotta go back and listen to it. I swear to God. Oh my God, I wish I could play it for the podcast. But, no, yeah, I listened to it once, maybe.
I got halfway through and I was I would have expected more, coming from them three. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So
maybe they should have left, I don't want to say it, but maybe they should have left J. Cole off of it. They should did a Days Before Rodeo style song, Mamacita style song. I don't know
the beat, the lyrics is just bland. It's not.
I don't remember hearing the snippet on on IG, and I was like, what is going on?
Like, I'm sorry, Jose. You love Young Thug. I mean, I love Thug too, but he's definitely fallen off. At least from what he used to be, man. Young Thug is not where he used to be, and it's pretty depressing, honestly.
Yeah.
But
speaking of sales,
yeah, we'll go ahead and move on to like one of our last topics. All the new music that dropped this week. YG
we have YG's
dropped,
album. What's it called?
For Real,
Nobody
For Real.
knows. Oh, okay.
For Real, and
there's 2 For Reals.
For Real.
Okay.
And you were telling me before off camera.
I think YG sold or was approximately was supposed to sell maybe 38,000 this week. It was projected to sell 32. At the same time, Moneybagg Yo was projected to sell 32 for Forever Heartless. But I think YG did end up beating him. His sales raised up a little bit to 38, projected to be 38,000. Mm-hmm. Which is still pretty fucking awful.
I was going to say, alright, before we started recording this...
You're giving Young Thug shit over there. Didn't Young Thug sell about 30,000?
Before we started recording this, Jose was making fun of me because I love YG, but Jose's like, that album fucking flopped.
I haven't even heard it, so I can't say it's trash, I can't say it's good. I'm not a fan of YG.
Dude, okay.
I knew it was gonna be trash.
It sucks because I don't really care for that album either.
Big L for YG, big W for Moneybagg, because Moneybagg is still not.
He's an up and coming artist.
Definitely an up and coming artist. Some people know his name, some people don't. So for him to sell 32,000, for him to come in a race and be head to head with
YG, someone who's mainstream,
someone mainstream like YG is a big W for him.
And he's independent, is he not?
He might be on the label. I gotta go double check, but
but either way, like the fact that he's kind of a little bit more underground or up and coming compared to someone like YG, who's mainstream.
Near YG's name.
Exactly, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan of YG, but
I think he's a CMG.
That album does not.
I think he's Yo Gotti.
Okay.
Yo Gotti's team.
But that album does not do it for me. It has like 2, maybe 3. If I'm being nice, it would be 3 songs that I like, but that album was fucking like
so
no.
Memo only likes 30% of it, and
if that. I'm sorry.
A good 28% with DaBaby's verse on there.
The best song on there was Go Loco. Like that's literally the best song on there. I didn't even like the other lead single, Stop Snitching. I didn't really care for that either. I mean, I'm sure like if I'm at a party,
about that song.
I'm sure if I'm at a party or a club, it will go off, but it was not. No. Like
YG does not bang no more. His songs do not bang no more.
You think he fell off?
Yes, a long time ago. I haven't heard him since like My Crazy Life, if that's the one I'm thinking about. I Just Want to Party and all that shit. I haven't listened to him.
So he hasn't had a good album, you think, since his first album?
Yeah.
Nah, man, because I mean, he had like that Fuck Donald Trump song. That song was huge.
Yeah, but it's a trash song. The song was huge because it kept saying Fuck Donald Trump. But if you go back and listen to it, the lyrics, it really was not that good of a song.
You're right. I'm sorry.
It was and rest in peace Nipsey, but he didn't make it any better.
Okay, all right. One thing that made me a little upset is like the album.
You did mention this earlier.
The album is like apparently dedicated to Nipsey Hussle. You would have thought he would have put a little bit more effort into the album if it was dedicated in loving memory of Nipsey Hussle. Like I think the album was subpar. Okay, it could have been better. He should have took a little bit more time with it.
Did he even have like a slow like in memory song?
I don't even know. I honestly don't even know. I know he has a song on there saying, I think it's like The Marathon Continues or something. He does have a song on there for Nip, but I don't even think it's a song. I think it's him talking. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how much I did not like. I zoned out for the album.
You didn't pay attention to this.
Yeah, but
and I don't think most people did.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I did not hear anybody talk about YG's album.
I love YG, but this album wasn't it, man.
And I saw him with his merch. He put like a fire cassette, like a cassette tape, and a hot sauce with the he's wearing the fucking mariachi and shit. And the merch was way more fire than the fucking album was. It'll probably do way better in sales too. Yeah. But I just wanted to laugh a little bit.
That wasn't it.
And tell you I told you so.
Yeah, Jose did sell me leading up. I was like, dude, YG's album. He's like, nah, it's gonna be trash. And I was like, yeah, right, dude. And it comes out and it's kind of trash. Another album that came out, Tyler the Creator, dude. Oh, I love Tyler.
Still have not listened to it.
You still haven't heard it. But I think it's number 1, right? Or it went number 1.
I think it's number 1 right now.
Yeah. So good on Tyler. I think the album was good. It was a different side of Tyler, the Creator. I think it was more like kind of like lovey-dovey songs, slower songs.
I thought that's how he's been.
I mean, he does
Flower Boy.
No, but he does.
That shit, I've never heard it, but that shit just sounds soft.
He does tend to have his softer songs, but he does have like those rough songs, like those turn up songs.
I miss the old Tyler, the Creator.
Well,
the weird ass free Earl sweatshirt,
eating cockroaches.
That was the shit.
I didn't.
That. I mean, I don't know if you were that into it, but everyone else was.
No, I wasn't, dude. I thought it was fucking weird and satanic and shit.
I thought writing, the cross on your finger and when you flip people off, it's upside down. I thought that was like the coolest shit.
I was not into that, Tyler. I like the Tyler around Wolf, I
like that song with Frank Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what it's called, but the video of him
I think,
creeping in the window.
Oh yeah, I know what song.
That song was fire as fuck. I think that was still way earlier. I think
any song Tyler and Frank Ocean do is going to be good no matter what. I don't think they've ever done a bad song.
Surprisingly, I've never really gotten it. As far as the hype goes, I've never really checked out and listened to Frank Ocean's
albums.
Yeah.
The only one I listened to was Channel Orange. I didn't listen to Blonde. And
yeah,
Frank
Blonde
Ocean
was fucking amazing. And
Frank Ocean does have a big following and people praise his music so much, but I don't really go out of my way to listen to him.
I need to, but I just haven't.
I liked his Channel Orange. I'm still a little mad because I know him and Miguel both were nominated for a Grammy the same year, and Frank Ocean won. I still think that shit should have gone.
No wonder you're soft. No wonder you're salty.
Yeah, I still.
So yeah, what's the how do you pronounce it? Is it Igor? Igor debuts at number 1 on Billboard 200 album charts. So he is sitting at number 1.
Yeah. So props to him making some dope music. If you haven't heard it, go check it out, Jose. That goes to you too. You need to go listen to it.
We'll see.
And what did you think about Tyler's ban getting finally lifted? Because he was banned in the UK for 5 years already.
I think the fact that he was banned from a country was awesome to begin with. I think that's pretty. I mean, that's a goal everyone should have.
To be banned from a country?
Yes. Why not? I mean, no. I mean, you're some badass guy.
Well, I mean, I don't even think he got banned in 2014. I think it was
2009.
For lyrics that he recorded or put out back in 2009.
Yeah.
So that right there, 2009 to 2014, that's a completely different Tyler, I think.
Yeah, it says on the 26th of August, after being turned away from the UK border, Tyler tweeted, "Based on lyrics from 2009, I am not allowed in the UK for 3 to 5 years. Although I was there 8 weeks ago. That is why the shows were canceled. Although the Home Office would not comment on the specific case, it has issued a statement saying, coming to the UK is a privilege and we expect those who come here to respect our shared values."
And that was back in 2014 when he first got banned.
Okay, so 3 to 5 years would be about now.
And the ban is finally lifted. And I think he already caused a riot pretty much when he first went.
Are you serious?
There was people in the streets turning up to his music and shit when Igor came out. I think he had to cancel his show because they were the kids were too rowdy. He's like the show.
That's the UK's fault at this point. Stop blaming rappers for shit white people do. Oh my god.
Yeah. So, but I think it's cool that the ban got lifted. Props to Tyler. He's making some good shit.
Make his bag now.
Yeah, so he can finally go to the UK and turn up. Let those little European kids, what I'm saying, get to turn up.
That's where your money's coming from, bro.
Yeah, I could see that being a moneymaker right there since he hasn't been there in so long.
Oh,
those kids are probably fucking ready.
He do 2-3 shows in a day.
Yeah, so... but yeah, still, check out Tyler's album, dude. You need to.
I've been sleeping.
We should review it, dude.
Is there any new albums that came out this week besides that one?
Not that I know of. I haven't been really paying attention.
Well, I could say a couple. You're not gonna know their names, so I won't even bring them up.
Yeah, don't bring them up, dude. The people are gonna be like, I don't know them either.
The Back End Shower, No Cap. Just check it out.
Oh my god. I guess one of the last things I have on our little list here, and I guess it could go.
Speaking of little,
it could be towards a debate. My favorite rapper, Lil Wayne, coming out with a new album.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Thug. I'm about to be excited.
Coming out with a new album, I think sometime this summer. I guess he's going on tour with Blink-182, and when you buy the tickets, it gives you the option to get a physical copy of Lil Wayne's new album. It's called The Funeral, sent to you in the mail. Like that's what they're offering. My question to you is, and this will be part of the debate, do people still care about Lil Wayne's music? Because the reason I say that, and I love Wayne, but now that the Carter 5 came out and the buzz has kind of died down, do you see Wayne?
I'm surprised he's coming out with another album this
That's what I'm
soon.
saying. Yeah, it's a little weird. This album was promised years ago, before Carter 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna drop 2 albums. I'm gonna drop the Carter 5 and I'm gonna drop the Funeral. Like he said,
before he retires. Or
before
what?
That's what he said. I mean, he said the Carter 5 was gonna be his retirement album, but obviously that's not the case because he's still gonna make music. The reason I'm asking you though is, do people still care about Wayne? Like the Carter 5 is probably the biggest Wayne, like the biggest he's gonna get right now. You know what I'm saying? Like the buzz.
Oh,
yeah. So do you really see people caring?
He reached his peak and he went beyond his peak. And people cared about him way after his peak. But now that he has reached the farthest peak of the peaks, there's no going back.
Yeah.
The Funeral might not be that great. I don't know. I'm sure it'll be alright. But he's definitely not going to reach another, high point in his career.
You think that it's all downhill from
So
here
I
for
think it's a yes and no when it comes to this question.
It's kind of hard to tell because Wayne will always... Like, the thing with Wayne
people did care about the Carter 5. They waited and they were screaming, free him, until we finally got that album.
The thing with Wayne, though, is
yes, people did care.
Yeah, and they're still going to care, but the reason I say that is the thing with Wayne is he can come out with an album and a lot of people won't really listen to it, but it's still fire. That's what I don't get. Like,
well, the Carter 5, didn't Spotify crash, within the first couple minutes of it coming
yeah.
out?
So,
and it shows people give a fuck.
People care. I just think, like...
The Carter 5, I listened to it, once, and I stopped listening to it.
That's kind of how I feel, about other people.
I had to listen to it because it was the Carter 5.
I feel like that's
and then after that, I was just alright. There was, one song that I really liked. It was, Open Letter or some shit.
I feel like you are represent...
After that, I stopped listening to it.
I feel like you represent the majority. People checked it out because it's the Carter 5, it's Wayne.
Majority?
Yeah. I feel like that's what it is right now. You represent the majority. People listen to it. They cared about it because it was Wayne, but once they sat through it, they vibed with it for a bit. It's all right, on to the next shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. The Funeral could be a really good album, but it's not going to reach Carter 5, Carter 4, Carter 3 status. It's just going to be a good Wayne album for his fans pretty much, and that's about it. I think the only way Wayne can really keep, really reach, the top again is if he drops the Carter 6. I feel like he drops mixtapes, his fans care. He drops albums, his fans care. But I feel like when he drops a Carter album, the world cares. Everybody, the new Carter's coming out. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that. So as much as I love Wayne, I'm still gonna listen to The Funeral. I was just curious to see what you think and to see if people still care about the music.
No, I heard rumors about The Funeral. I didn't know if it was real. Because like I said, I didn't know he'd come out with an album so soon. After waiting for this one forever, and then hearing the news about the new album coming out.
My only regret about this podcast is that we didn't do it sooner. Because there's a lot of things that happen that we could have covered. The Carter 5 is definitely something I wish we could have covered.
Yeah.
So, but that's all I have on this episode. Unless Jose wants to bring anything else up.
Free Dirk.
Oh, God.
Free Kodak.
But yeah.
Free R. Kelly. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, episode 12, another one for the books. Toast.
Cheers.
Yep. And we'll be back next week for another episode. And, who knows, maybe we'll have a guest this time. So,
right.
Thank you guys for listening, and adios.